So I took a little break from his Jaguar for a while because I got tired of the foolishness. All the stories are recycled, they're boring as hell. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a little time away from this nonsense, which I did. Did some other stories. But I was looking, recently she put out what looked like a podcast. And it appears as though she's being interviewed. And then we hear her saying pause and doing her little recapping and her little summation. But I remember when she was saying that something is coming back. I forgot what she called it. Some type of podcast is coming back. And I said to myself, this does not look like a podcast to me. This looks like if Jaguar had one interview with this woman and she's replaying the same interview and trying to fool people that she's being interviewed ongoing. But she's not being interviewed ongoing. What she has done is replayed the interview that she had with this woman, and then she's got a screen, a big old photo in front of it, and just the sides are showing, and then you see her face and you see the woman's hand from time to time. So it appears as if she's being interviewed currently, and she's not being interviewed at all. And I said to myself, Jaguar, 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 you pulling the same old okey doke over the people's face. This is why I got tired of you. And I just wanted to take a break because I'm tired. I'm tired. Because you think you're the sharpest knife in the drawer. And all you are is a dull knife that needs to be sharpened. Need a special sharpener for you because you got lost somewhere in your own little world that you think that people are going to believe this mess that you're being interviewed. Interviewed ongoing by this woman that you got display on the screen, and you hide in the face of the woman, you hide in the face of yourself, because if people read the lips and they see what's going on, see the outfits, is the same old interview, the original interview. It's not a new interview. So Jaguar is still trying to pull the okie doke over people. She said she was just coming back from Vegas and she had some work to do out there. Well, she didn't have no work to do out there. All she had was that one day of being in the courtroom at the Keefe D arraignment, and she claimed that somebody paid her, she says. I don't know, because she made this announcement before she made the announcement that she was going to be paid to go there on assignment. She probably just made up that story to get down there. That's what she told was the judge and her attorney, just to come up with a story, a fabricated story, allegedly, to go down there and be in that courtroom at Keefe D's arraignment. She said nothing was going to keep her away. So, of course, she had to come up with a good story to tell the judge why it was imperative for her to be there, because she was on assignment. She was being paid. She's a journalist. Listen, I'm not saying she wasn't a journalist for that one day. I'm just saying might have been a one-time thing. That's what it seems like. So she spent a little longer out there. She chilled out there. Although Keefe D's arraignment was only one day, folks. It wasn't an entire week. And Jaguar was out there for a week or two. And the reason why you know that it was a one-time thing, a one-day thing, his arraignment, is because an arraignment is a formal reading of a criminal charge document in the presence of the defendant. All the judge got to do is read the charges, and then they haul them back out, like they did with Keefe D. He stood there, the judge read the charges, and then the judge said, how do you plead? Guilty or innocent? And he said innocent. And then he was taken back to jail. That's the arraignment, folks, a formal reading of the charges in front of the defendant. Then the defendant got to say, yes, I did it, or no, I did not. And that's all there is to it. That's their arraignment. All right? So Jaguar only spent a couple of hours in the courtroom and was out there for almost 2 weeks or 2 weeks, something like that. So what is there to cover? 2 hours of him being in the courtroom, or maybe 4 hours the most, just to answer the charges of if he's guilty or innocent. That's it. That's the arraignment. And then he's all hauled back to jail. That's why she was there. So there's no coverage. It's just a one-time thing. So don't let her pull the okey doke and say, oh, I was there to cover the trial. There's no trial yet. The trial is set for June 3rd, 2024. But this is a process, folks. It's very procedural before they even get to trial. So he was just arraigned. Keefe D was just arraigned. So now he got to go through this discovery phase. His lawyers got to figure out what evidence the other side have. And so they got to share that information. That's what is known as the discovery phase. And depending on what the prosecutors have, his lawyers may, or his lawyer may advise him to maybe cop a plea. If the evidence is overwhelming and he is being shown to be guilty with all these evidence that the prosecutors have. And there's a whole lot of host of things that goes on between that time before you get to the trial by jury. If indeed the person wants to be tried and they did not plea bargain. So no, folks, Jaguar was not down there for the trial of Keefe D. She was just there for the arraignment. And now the attorneys have to go through the discovery phase. So the trial date was set for June 3rd, 2024, because the defense have all the evidence they need. So she said she was being paid to be in the courtroom for Keefe D's arraignment. So Ms. Jaguar Wright is the great pretender. She said she was pulling up to meet her attorney in some secluded place. And I'm saying, what in the world? Which attorney is going to meet a client in a secluded place unless you're a mob attorney? So nothing about that cab ride seemed right. It looks like if Jaguar was pulling up at her hotel. That's why I'm saying the great pretender, because we know she was pulling up where she lived at a hotel and not to meet no attorney. We know that already. But Jaguar don't know that we know. We are on to it, okay? We on to you, Jaguar. The jig is up, honey. Don't pretend, because we already know that what you were saying was a lie. They meet you in a secluded spot, and they might not come back alive. So they make sure they meet you in the office. So, Jaguar, you got to stop with these stories. But from what I saw and my deductive reasoning, she said the Dallas roads are always under construction. That's what it looks like, she says. Always under construction. And she asked the guy who was driving how far away from the place. And he said 2 minutes. So this construction that was going on, her hotel was in a place where the roads are being under construction currently. That's what this looks like. It looks like if he dropped her off at her hotel, not no secluded place to meet no attorney. So I said, look, Jaguar got all the stories, doesn't she? She should write a book. And then she had an interview with OG Patrice, and she was telling her that she only had beef with one person, and that's Tasha K. And I said, lies you tell. You had a beef with just about everybody on the internet in your circle. Did you or did you not have a beef with OKP and SDW and The Knot and Real Life Productions? And did I go on? I can go on and on and on and on and on and not run out of people that you had beef with. Well, maybe I would run out, but you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. She was lying. Miss Jaguar, you got to start telling the truth, honey, because the evidence is out there. And then she was telling OG Patrice that she is going to start up Philadelphia. And it's going to be on. And the program is going to be even better with all these new shows and all these new... In other words, she was revamping the show and bringing it back. And she's going to start back with her salve. And I said, girl, the lies you tell. First of all, you need to give those people a refund for Philadelphia that they're paying into every month. You got all content. Secondly, you need to refund those people for the salve that they never got, that you keep blaming Goomba, your husband, for taking the money. But Goomba wasn't the president, my dear. The fault lies with the president. Okay? If you're the president of a company and employees steal from people that you have as investors And you got to refund the money to the investors. You don't go to the employees and say, well, you stole the money, you got to pay these people back. No, honey, you are responsible. Now you can take the employee who stole the money to court, and then you will be awarded a judgment, and then the employee got to pay you back, and then you pay the people who the employee stole from, then you repay them the money. But my point is, you are ultimately responsible. So if people order salve from you and Goomba took the money when the people send their money in, he's not responsible for sending them out the salve. You are, because you're the president of the company. So until you get right and do right by the people that you owe money to, nothing good is going to come your way. You know, in that movie Color Purple, when Whoopi Goldberg put out her two little fingers and said, until you do right by me. Remember that? Well, that's karma. That's what it's called, karma. And it's going to come back to bite you. So here's a little audio clip from the movie where she says, until you do right by me. Let's take a listen.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble. Don't trade places. Where would I have been? He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. Who you think you is? You can't curse nobody. Look at you. You're black, you're poor, you're ugly, you're a woman, you're nothing at all. If you do right by me, everything you even think about gonna fail. I should have locked you up and just let you out to work. Everything you've done to me, already done to you. I'm poor, black, I may even be ugly. Dear God, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, indeed. I may be poor, I may be black, I may even be ugly, but I'm here. So poignant. What a great movie. I remember it like if it was yesterday. What about you guys? Drop your comments. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so at this time before we leave the page. The video is coming to an end. So I hope Miss Jaguar do the right thing by refunding some money to some of these people and stop lying, because she is the great pretender. So that's a quick recap of what's going on in Jaguar's world, okay? She hasn't been forthright in doing right by people who associate with her, who wants to support her in her business ventures, because all she's thinking about is getting a dollar out of people right there and the now, right here and the now, in that moment. She's not thinking long term. All she's thinking about, allegedly, is fabricating all these businesses just to get a dollar out of people to pay for the next hotel stay. And so she's got a lot of atoning to do, because she's hurt a lot of people out there. But I've had a couple of people drop it in my comments that she has scammed them out of money. She did not send them the salve. They sent money for orders, and they have not received their money back, nor the salve. The same with the dollar fare, the same type of trickery that people sent their, what was it, $9.95 per month to see content every month, every week, every day. But so far, they have not been, Jaguar have not been updating the content. So people are sending money for nothing. And so they want their money. They want a refund, or they just want to disconnect from the program. And a lot of people can't. They said they were having a difficult time disconnecting from subscribing to her channel. So I don't know if they were able to come off of the subscription list and not be billed. I don't know. Anyway, that's my reporting on Miss Jaguar Wright. That's all I have. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like bell, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. See you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.